welcome to the Friends of Zeus podcast. This is episode 241. We got Mike, Jack, and me. I'm
Who?
Zeus.
Who?
Um,
Hot
oh,
Carl.
I'm sorry.
With
Jack
hot.
was replaced by Hot Carl this week.
Yes. Yes.
Sometimes they look so much alike
They
that I
do.
might call him Jack every once in a while, but it's not Jack.
Yeah.
Um, Des will be showing up in a little bit, and tonight Mike's going to take the reins. We're going to talk about a few topics in the news,
Current events.
current events. So mark the date. It is December 3rd, 2025.
Wow.
And on the doomsday clock, we're at like 11:59 and 54 seconds.
Hmm.
But anyway, Mike, why don't you take the reins? Tell us what we're talking about.
Yeah. I wonder if that doomsday clock is that like nuclear war doomsday or just
I think
doomsday in
doomsday.
general?
I think
All
I
right.
think as Three Eye Atlas gets closer, that could be doomsday.
Well, I
Maybe it's
thought
a
Tom said it's AI.
Yeah. Someone's
oh.
yeah, AI is doomsday.
That's right.
Um, which was still that's our second most watched episode now. That
Oh, cool.
the Halloween one with the
Oh, and
AI stuff.
we really need to revisit it because we had no idea that we'd be where we are now with it, where you've
Yeah.
got like six AIs on your phone. I'm a personal fan of Grok,
Yeah, I like
but
rock.
But it is
I just got these. Hold on, just a little segue. I
right at
got
the beginning.
I got the
We're already like this.
hmm
no, but you got to check them out. I got the Meta glasses.
Really?
Yeah, they're very cool. I can like I can look at the TV and say, what am I seeing on TV? And I'll be like, you're watching the such and such basketball game on blah blah blah, and I hear it in my ears with
Wow.
conductive. Yeah, they're very cool.
Who
Do they
What are
look
did
they
like they're the
called?
right size?
they look good to me?
Okay. Very cool. I got them with my birthday money because it was my birthday.
Burf.
Who gives you money for your birthday?
People that don't care to look for a gift,
I'm
Oh, that's
sorry.
awesome.
and clearly not you guys.
Yeah, no, I don't. Yeah, I'm sorry. I just haven't. I don't think I've given anyone a birthday gift in like 20 years,
Yeah,
maybe.
seriously. Dude, you're 50 something.
Yeah,
Who's giving you
but
cash?
that's awesome. No, it's
Yeah, good
great.
for you.
It's fantastic. All right, so let's bring it back. Bring it back. Bring it back. Okay. So there's been a lot going on, and we were talking before the show started about some of these things, and then some overriding opinions about just things in general. But there's three topics that I would love to touch on this evening that have been in the news lately, and in no particular order. I'll just run through them, and we can just wing it. The first one is the story about the folks in Minnesota who have been caught stealing COVID funds by the billions of dollars back when there were funds put out to help feed hungry children. And these people started NGOs and other organizations that purported to feed hungry children, and they did not feed any hungry children. And the interesting part is, I think there was like 70 people caught up in this, and all
Was
but
Fauci
two,
one of them?
no, but all but two of them are Somalis. Like they're people that came from Somalia. So, not born here. But we're not supposed to talk about that.
They're
If you
land
if you
pirates.
listen to like I did
I'm
today,
the captain now.
NPR, they said some of them are Somali, which is technically correct. It's
Yeah,
60
91%.
68 out of 70. The other story is the U.S. Navy going after and blowing up innocent fishing vessels off the coast of Venezuela. Uh, Apparently, again, listening to NPR, these are fishermen that have four Johnson outboards and open haul boats going 75 miles across the ocean with no fishing rods, with their boats packed to the gills with cocaine. But they're fishermen. And then the third story, which is horrible, is just last Wednesday, we're recording this on a Wednesday, just last week, two National Guard troops from West Virginia ambushed and shot by one of the people. If you go back to earlier Friends of Zeus episodes, we did three in a row about Biden's disastrous pullout of Afghanistan. Well, this guy, he was able to hold on to the plane and he made
Mm-hmm.
it all the way over here. And he decided to drive across the country from Washington State and assassinate a National Guard troop, a 20-year-old woman from West Virginia
Yeah, who had just gotten sworn in.
who had just gotten sworn in, and another man, National Guard troop, who is fighting for his life right now. And
Jesus.
it's funny how that story just sort of like leaves the news when it's not when when the narrative doesn't fit. But anyway, these are three stories, and the thing that ties them together for me personally, and I was talking to Hi Des, how you doing?
Hi.
I was talking to Hot Carl and Zeus before the show started. The one thing that I'm starting to realize is I don't give a shit about what people if people think that my opinion on stuff like this is offensive anymore. I just don't give a shit. Like the Somalis that are coming over that have no interest in integrating into American culture, who are living in Minneapolis, who I'm told by MS Now, MS, was MSNBC, that this sort of theft is just part of their culture. It's like a cultural thing, and we have to be understanding about it. I don't understand that. The drug boats that these guys are just fishermen and even though we hit one and two guys were surviving and apparently like hanging on the side and the boat was still floating and we hit them again and apparently this is like a war crime or murder. I don't give a shit. Like these guys were hauling ass, they're not fishermen. The goal was to destroy the ship. We didn't destroy the ship, so we hit it a second time and destroyed it. And people were getting all I don't even know. And then the National Guard troops. Most people, like most of these news outlets, wouldn't even say the guy was from Afghanistan, that he came over during Biden's disastrous withdrawal. We've got politicians in our country that are still down talking the National Guard, calling them Gestapo and all this other shit. And then this happens, and like, where's the accountability, please? Like, why are people tiptoeing around this? It's 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 bullshit. Like, and I can't. I'm done trying to be nice about it. I'm just done because it's not getting us anywhere, and it's a losing position to constantly be like what's that character that's like constantly hiding and afraid to say what's actually happening? Like what's actually happening is there's people in our country that hate our country, and there's people in our country that love our country. That's the reality.
The
And I'm
problem
tired. That's the
is
reality. That's the dichotomy we're dealing with right now.
the problem is there's people from our country that virtue signal and hate our country
Yes.
with and don't and the worst part about it is they don't appreciate the fact that you're here and you're allowed to say this. That is the beauty of this country. You can say all this stuff, but now they're getting violent and hostile. Not now, like 6, 7 years ago, they were getting violent
Yeah.
and hostile, and they don't appreciate the fact that they have a right to protest. It's these next level things that they're doing that are so bothersome. And yet we who, again, I voted for Biden. I'm still a registered Democrat, but I can't play on that side anymore. I just don't get why we're where we're at right now. It's alarming, it's upsetting, and man, it wasn't wearing on me before, but like I can't even look at the news for fucking 5 seconds at this
Yeah.
point because I just get infuriated. Even when I'm looking at Fox News, they're kind of fucking doing some shit too. Like I don't know who to listen to. I just watch everything I can and try and read between the lines, and it's all just nonsense. And it's getting frustrating, as though it should have
Well,
been getting frustrating a long
we'll
time ago.
we'll jump in. I mean, one of the topics just to start arbitrarily, the whole thing going on with the drug boats coming from Venezuela, with
Mhm.
which are basically um, Colombian cartels that are running the drugs through Venezuela, from Venezuela into the United States, into Europe, into other countries. They're kind of using Venezuela as a staging ground or whatever. And it's basically, and they've been doing this for years. It's nothing new, but getting these like boats, 40-foot long, open hauled speedboats. And again, if you look, you can look at the footage of right before they blow up, and you can see huge sacks of whatever, like in the hall, like 30 of them. They've got four Johnson outboards, probably like 1,000 horsepower of engine, and they're just like hauling ass.
It
And
almost seems
our
like the
media
boats would
says
have to
they're
be.
fishermen. You
It,
know what I
it
mean?
almost seems like in
Like,
order to maintain seaworthiness, they would have to be weighed down with something.
you would, yeah.
You
I'm
would
just saying,
think.
Drugs.
my whole
Oh,
thing is like,
oh yes, drugs.
my whole question is, I didn't even hear about any of this until what, a year ago or whatever. My question as a US citizen is, why weren't we blowing these out of the water 10 years ago? Like,
Well,
or 5 years ago?
actually, I've got some
Why
insight
did it
in
just
that.
start now?
Well, yeah, and I got
Well,
another
because the
question.
Coast Guard.
Why aren't we bombing the cartel bases in Mexico either?
Or in Venezuela or in Mexico? Like, I'm done tiptoeing. Like, I'm just
So,
done with
so,
it, man.
so,
Like,
Mike, did you ever meet my friend Kirk?
you got to give me some more.
He's the guy that sailed around the
Yes,
world.
I've met. Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So he lived along the probably the longest place that he stayed was in this place called San Blas or San Blas, whatever. It's this like kind of archipelago of islands. Is that what you call it? Like a bunch of islands together. And it was off the coast of Colombia. And at night, like they got left alone because it was mostly Aboriginal people down there that lived there, but like expats would go and live on these islands for like 6, 8 months and just fucking chill. But he said at night, man, you would hear the boats flying by and then helicopters shooting at them. So I think they have been shooting at them, but now it's being more publicized because it's something we can attack the current administration with. Just from what he said, it sounds like we have been doing stuff, but off coast, like far enough out where we can,
I don't
excuse it.
know.
I don't know.
We did not have the Gerald R. Ford aircraft carrier in the Caribbean until
Hmm.
like a month ago. I'm
I'm
okay.
just saying they were
Maybe
doing
we
something.
were. I'm just saying I
Yeah.
never heard of it, and I don't think we were just like blowing boats out of the water the way we're doing it now. But the way it gets reported and the things that I have to hear from like people in the world about how
There-
horrible this is,
yeah, so right.
I don't know. I mean, have you guys heard any? What's your opinion on this stuff?
Yeah, no, Mike, I'm a little familiar with the story. They're basically, and what's funny is they're accusing Hegseth and the military of war crimes.
Yeah, yeah,
And the New York Times, that bastion of conservative news,
yeah.
the New York Times has said that Hegseth did not order like a second strike to go kill the guys that are floating in the water. Like it didn't even happen that
Right.
way.
Exactly.
But as far as if you don't mind, as far as this whole subject of like whether this is what the military is doing, is it proper, is it a war crime? I want to get into this guy. What was his name? Senator Kelly, and
Yeah.
a few other
R.
politicians
Kelly.
put out a PSA, basically an appeal to members of the military, and said to them, "You have no
Oh yeah.
obligation to follow unlawful orders."
Right.
And
But
they
they
even suggested that anyone who does, once the administration and the powers switch, your ass could be on the line.
yes.
Okay, so to me, they should all lose their seats, their privileges. They should be booted out of Congress.
Pensions.
because they broke the law.
Yeah, I mean, and they say, look, we're saying don't follow unlawful orders, but what if you're going to say that, then you need to point out what are the unlawful orders, and they're
Yeah, you
not.
need an
So
operational definition.
they're insinuating that there have been unlawful orders, and part of the reason this whole two guys hanging on the side of the blown up boat that got hit again story has gained traction in our shitty media is because they want to be like, see, this is a war crime. This is what we're talking about. That's why
Yeah.
they're trying to latch on to this. But I'm with you. And people are like, oh, Mark Kelly, he's an astronaut. And listen, I have a huge amount of respect for astronauts and thank him for his service or whatever. He was
Yep.
a pilot. But that doesn't mean I have to agree with everything the guy says for the rest of his life. And he's 100% wrong on this. I mean, it is, I can't believe that we have a sitting U.S. senator that is basically telegraphing to the media to ignore lawful orders from the
Well, no,
president. And
but Mike, it's worse than that. He's a senator who's basically undermining the executive branch and the leadership of our military.
yes,
That's,
100%.
I mean, that's borderline Civil War shit.
That exactly. Yeah. I mean, it
Okay.
is seditious. It is
Okay. So
completely seditious.
here's what I'm looking at. It says several laws prohibit interference with the military. One example is 18 USC section 2387, which makes it a federal crime to interfere with, undermine the loyalty, discipline, or effectiveness of U.S. military forces. Now, tell
Correct.
me that's not what they did.
100%. And it's a difference. Like if me as a private citizen said that, that's, I can say that because I don't have any power. I'm not a senator. I've never served in the
Right.
armed forces.
You're not doing a press conference.
I'm not doing a press conference. I could just be out on the corner yelling at clouds or whatever. That's not what I'm talking about. People are like, oh,
Matt,
it's
Mike,
their
you do
right.
matter.
It's
You're enough.
But people are like, oh, it's their freedom of speech. They can say what they want. I'm like, no, not in their
No, they can't.
position. Not in their position. They are part of the government and they are openly lobbying active duty military personnel to disobey orders. And they keep hiding behind this. Oh, we said unlawful. It's like, but when you don't say what the unlawful orders were, because there aren't any, you're insinuating that the ones that are being given are unlawful. And again, people that are like trying to parse this, that's goes back to see the beginning of the episode where I'm like, I just don't give a shit about those people and their opinions anymore because I'm not going to get into this uh, rhetorical jujitsu with people when the overriding point they're trying to make is seditious. And it's obviously seditious. And it's not just Mark Kelly, it was the other people, Slotkin,
Yep.
the other no names, and these intelligence officials. I mean, how, again, we've said this before on this show. I need some accountability. I need some consequence. How these 51 people that said that the Hunter Biden laptop had all the earmarks of Russian disinformation are still walking around right now.
I don't get it either.
I don't understand that. I mean, at least Trump took away their security clearances, thank God. But I mean, there needs to be some accountability and there needs to be some consequence to this stuff, or
Yeah.
it's just going to keep going.
And it's funny. I mean, we can take the media to task and these Democratic leaders, but I'm with you in the sense that I don't see this Republican controlled Congress doing diddly squat about anything at all. Like
Nope.
Trump was cranking out executive orders. They should have, most of them should have turned into like legislation immediately.
Yes.
And what are these guys doing? They're doing nothing. They went on vacation. They came back. They just passed some bill. I can't even. It was so trivial in its nature that I don't even remember what it was. You got Marjorie Taylor Greene saying bye bye.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be a party to this anymore. Which I think I wish that didn't happen. But maybe she's got some other plans to do something and to actually help MAGA, because honestly, I don't see enough happening. I really don't.
No, and yeah,
two questions. Sorry. When they were spouting off all those things about the military not following unlawful orders or whatever it was, d at that time, because I don't remember exactly when that happened, but I remember it was recent.
Yep.
What did that second boat strike occur right around that time? Right after that time, we just didn't know. The public didn't really
it had
know.
they
Were they
did
just so they were just kind of like putting some feelers out?
it had already occurred. I don't know if it had been reported, but it had not been as widely reported as it is now. But yes, that strike happened, I think, back in September.
Okay, so they were just kind of like I, I don't what's the word to describe it? Just you're saying something without saying it
Yeah, they're
directly. You're under
shit talking,
insinuating, I guess would be a good one,
gaslighting.
but
Yeah,
Alluding to.
alluding
alluding
to.
to some fuck shit
They're trying to
happened,
muddy the
but we didn't know.
waters. They're trying to obfuscate and muddy the waters and try to create, just like all the lawfare stuff. I just
Yeah,
rewatched
it's
that
like
episode a
it's
while
almost
ago.
like foreshadowing maybe is kind of
Yeah.
what I was trying to say. So they know something happened and they're like, man, we gotta start telling these American people that these military dudes shouldn't be doing
But
unlawful shit. We should just put that out there so they can
but
get on our side. And then they say it and they're like, well, yeah, they shouldn't do unlawful stuff. Like, okay, like, yeah, sure, I guess.
But what they
Fine.
were talking about when
But
that video came out had nothing to do with the boats. It had to do with the National Guard and ICE in
Right.
these cities like Chicago and Portland. And right after those two National Guard troops got shot last week and one of them
mm-hmm.
assassinated, then that became like, oh my God, we need to shift gears. And then it went to that's why this drug boat story, they just loved it because it got them off of the other thing because they knew that was a loser now because
Pay no attention to the
they've
man
called
behind the curtain.
the people in that video, like Slotkin, have alluded to National Guard people as Gestapo, right? And then someone goes and like shoots them and murders them. I mean, at some point, right? I mean, we're well beyond this point. I mean, we have people who are elected officials in our government. We have citizens, we have neighbors that are stoking this this irrational hatred towards law and order, towards things that are completely righteous. And people are getting I mean, Charlie Kirk got assassinated. And even after he was assassinated, people were still like, "Oh, he was a POS or whatever, like he deserved it." I had a coworker at my office, unsolicited, 2 weeks ago, tell me that she's completely has no problem with him getting killed because he was a horrible person. This was a super nice person I get along with very well, and they just came out of nowhere, and I'm just like, on one
Oh,
hand, I'm like, where's this coming from? The other hand is I know where it's coming from because if you turn on the television or listen to the radio or look on like any news feed, Yahoo, MSNBC, whatever, Facebook, it's all this crap.
yeah, but
It's
The
just
like,
one
because
thing I'll
you
say
don't think
about
you don't like somebody or for whatever reason, I mean,
when did that become okay to wish someone dead because
no,
you
it does, but
didn't
it
like?
doesn't. Like you
When did
should.
that start?
It's okay not to like somebody, but it's not okay to
Right. And this isn't a
be
radical
okay or want
person.
them dead.
This is
That's
like a person older than me who's like a super nice lady. And she just
Right.
came out and
here's the
said
thing.
this.
Well, it's no wait, it's not just the media, Mike. It's the actual people in power themselves. Like you said,
Yes.
this same group had referred to ICE and DHS as the Gestapo, right?
Yeah.
Now, Trump, since he came down that escalator, the media has been on full attack mode. Nothing he could say or do was proper. Everything he said and did was fascist, right? I mean, that's been going on since 2015. So when you're drilling this into the heads of people, and it's not just like Caitlin Collins or Jake Tapper saying it. It's the actual people in power. Remember the Biden Red speech? He basically said half the country were fascist
It
lovers, right?
he called MAGA supporters garbage. And
Yeah,
and then when Trump called these Somalian thieves who were stealing COVID money garbage, it was like horrible. Like all the press was like, clutching their pearls. And then you've got the drug boat guys. that are apparently clinging on the side of the boat that get like hit again a second time, and that's like horrible. But you know what? I'm old enough to remember back when we were pulling out of Afghanistan, like in like a bunch of idiots before the Abbey Gate explosion. And we droned a family of like what, 8 people? It was like a dad and like 7 kids or something like that. I don't
Yeah.
remember any of these people having any issue with that. I'm old
No.
enough to
Oh,
remember when Obama droned American citizen,
yeah.
with like a Tomahawk missile or whatever. No problem with that, and yet it's just it's so naked. Like they're not interested in any sort of intellectual engagement or honest rhetoric. It's just this fire hose of information crap, that
Misinformation.
misinformation, information dominance, whatever. Like
Hmm.
just this fire hose of crap. And the thing that concerns me, the thing that pisses me off is because I see it coming out of the mouths of other people I know. Like it's
Yeah.
working.
It's
And
working.
Yeah, it's
there's
like
It
Sure.
yeah,
works.
because yeah, it's like brainwashing. Like again, they say something that thought itself. Okay, you shouldn't follow unlawful orders. Okay, yeah,
duh.
you probably shouldn't do that. But then they just keep putting that out there. Oh, you shouldn't follow. Then when something happens and they go like, oh, it's unlawful. Like, well, yeah, they shouldn't have, but you don't even know
Right.
what really happened. You're just following. Say what we say when we say it. Like,
Yeah.
Mm.
And
Yeah.
again, if
Yeah.
there were unlawful orders, in other words, if
well,
you
first
look
of
at
all,
this,
here,
what are
how is it
they?
a war crime? I like, please explain to
That's
me
what I'm
what a war
saying.
crime is because I don't think it was that.
And my whole thing too is even, and I agree with you 100%, Desiree, but I will even go even further than that. It's like, I don't give a shit.
I
Like
don't
if
either.
I don't even know, like war crime. What are you talking about? These like, so
And
if
the
someone
other
was
thing too,
importing poison into our country, are we supposed to be okay with
the
that?
other thing is what the fuck? Like, first of all, you shouldn't have got too close.
Yeah.
I don't care what you had in that boat.
Right.
Don't come up in here.
Well, and
You're
here's
getting too
another thing.
close.
We
Don't do
can go
that.
back to Desiree's very informative fentanyl episode, and they're
Yeah.
not bringing over cocaine, which by now is kind of a
I
lightweight
wish they
party
were.
drug anymore. They're bringing over fentanyl,
I
and
wish they would just bring over just regular
Yeah.
cocaine.
Plain old
damn,
Coke.
yeah, good old
Regular
Coke.
stuff.
Regular old cocaine,
Like
Yeah.
back in
Coke
the old
Yeah.
Classic.
days.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But my
Coke
point is
classic.
they're bringing something that, again, falling back on Desiree's incredible episode,
It was a great
fentanyl's
one.
in everything, and
It's in everything.
they're just bringing more of it over. I guarantee that that's what they were carrying, without a doubt.
Or whatever it is. I
It
mean,
doesn't matter. But it's like you had some unmarked containers on a boat heading here that you weren't authorized to do. Get out. We didn't say you
yeah.
could do that. Bye. Like
Yeah,
it.
it's
Yeah,
I
and
don't know.
the
haven't
I
good
just
old.
and also haven't they realized that Biden's no longer the president here? Like,
I
I mean,
know.
who are you effing with? You're going to drive a speedboat full of drugs into American waters, and no one's going to stop you? Like, what are you
Like
thinking?
and
like you're not
again,
even thinking
these are
that.
Trinidad and Aragua gang members. Like,
Oh, we let all those
I
people in.
mean,
I mean,
the next thing it's going to be is gang members' lives matter. Like that's going to be the next thing, because
we
Well,
already
here
had
in
that with the
America,
Maryland man.
we
yeah.
don't give a shit about Bloods and Crips. We don't care about them fucking killing each other. That's just something that happens. Well, it's another day in America. We don't care
Well,
about those gang members, but we'll care about some Venezuelan gang members, which
right.
are arguably more dangerous
Oh, they are.
They're
I mean,
they're they're, they're playing like musical chairs with
because it's
our social
inhumane. I don't give a
ethics.
fuck. You know what else is inhumane? All them fucking containers of fentanyl you had on that boat. That's
well,
inhumane.
we get gaslit in saying that like if we believe that we want to defend our territory and defend our culture and defend our communities, that we're somehow racist or these horrible people. And it's like, listen, the government's not trying to protect us. I mean, at a certain point, the people need to protect themselves. You got this guy Mandami in New York who's talking about affordability and that the rent is too high and that he needs to
Yeah.
like do rent control. It's like, okay, let's see. Basic economics. You bring in 25 million people in 4 years. Do you think that may have an influence on the housing prices? Because these people
But
do
again,
have to live somewhere, but
it's
they don't
that
want to talk about that.
it's that
25
thing.
million more people.
It's that thing. The rent is too high. Yeah, it's too high. It's too high fucking everywhere. that statement is true, but the way that he's trying to spin it, that's not.
Well,
Well,
at least
there's too many fucking folks. Like,
Well, at least
how'd they get
Mamdani is
there?
honest about it because he says, "Oh yeah, we're going to tax the rich white people. We're going to take their money and we're going to give it to
Right.
everybody else."
Right. He does
That
have a line of honesty. I will give him that.
Yeah, he's a socialist, and he says he says it right out loud, which is what the whole government has been trying to do since Obama,
Yeah.
Biden. I mean, that's the idea. At one point, they were talking about like the browning of America and the changing of culture. I mean, they
As
pretty
though it
much
was a positive.
as though right because you white people suck.
We suck. Yeah.
White people
That's
We're
pretty
kind of
horrible.
much
suck
it.
sometimes. I'm just saying. No, I'm just
Yeah,
kidding.
so I don't know, man. I don't think there's anything wrong with what they did to the boat, obviously, and it's being blown
Well,
up.
and
I'm
I
more
just don't.
concerned. I'm more concerned with these government leaders advocating the military to not follow orders. I mean, I
Well,
think that's
the other thing too was like, this might be unpopular opinion, but the it was our own selves. Congress is fucking ratting ourselves out that we committed war crimes. Listen,
don't we have to
that's
be at
something you
war to
just
commit
keep
a
your
war
mouth
crime?
shut about. Just turn your head the other
Well,
way. We're not gonna tell on ourselves that we committed war crimes like if we really
plus,
did.
it's not a war crime. I mean, that's the whole thing too. It's
We're
like
not at war.
it's
Mm-mm. And
disgusting.
it's labeled as a terrorist organization. So
sorry.
it's
You're right, Des. That's right.
Yeah. I mean, again, consequence. Like,
allegedly
I don't
because they don't know who was
understand.
out in the boat.
I don't understand why we have to tiptoe around stuff. I guess that's my main point. Like, I'm
But
just done. Okay, I'm done trying to make people. I'm done trying to be nice about it. You know what I'm saying? Because they're not. They're not being nice about it. They're not being chill. They're not being understanding.
you
It's
know
like
it's
when we had someone on here a few years ago, and they told me I'm just saying stuff. I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm just saying stuff. You
Well,
know what I
you
see,
mean?
can't just say stuff anymore.
I know.
I
human
am
beings.
constantly barraged with stuff I said getting blown way out of proportion.
Right.
And the
I just
part
don't care anymore, man. I
not to
don't care.
not
No,
to
it's gotten to that point. It
not to
is.
digress too far, but like I've been accused of stuff that is not in me. And on the show, I've been very clear about my certain views on certain things, and then I get called, I'm not gonna say a bigot, but like I get called insensitive, and I'm like, no, I'm
But I'm saying,
super
You
but
sensitive.
know,
there's a
you,
freedom to just not caring anymore, Zeus.
just
Yeah.
just to just digress a little bit. Maybe the reason that you get labeled that is because you try to over explain too much. Just you don't
Hmm.
give a fuck. That offended me. Okay, well, I'm sorry that you were offended by what I said, but
Well, the
sorry
problem
for
is
you.
I care too much,
Well,
and well, but here's the thing,
it's not your
and
responsibility. Your responsibility how other
I'm
people feel.
I'm not saying that people that don't do what I do don't have integrity, but for me, I don't know what happened in my life that like integrity is so important. But I think you guys will all agree that I do have a good deal of integrity. I don't change my when I do change my opinions, I own it and I say why. And I like I said, I voted for Biden. I've changed my opinion. I've taken responsibility or accountability for my acts. It's not something I can do. I've tried and tried and tried. I just cannot pander to fucking idiocy.
Well, it's never enough,
And
Zeus.
I still
That's the
try.
problem. But what
What?
I'm saying is, the problem is, if you do try to do that, it's never enough. I mean, the leftists are eating themselves now. Like, you can't. They you can never be enough, right? You can never be caring enough or equitable enough or woke enough. Like, they're attacking each other at this point. So it's a losing battle, I guess, is what I'm trying to
Well,
say.
Yeah, that's why you just. All right, well,
yeah,
I'm
Des,
sorry you feel like
and
that,
I
but
get it, and that is a smart way to do things. I just I don't have a lot, and the one thing I do have is like my moral compass is fucking strong. And if I hear somebody saying something idiotic, like there's this one guy I work with, and we were talking about. Remember the guy that got shot? He had the knife in the truck. Started with an L. Ah. Anyway, I was talking to this guy at work, and he's like, they shot this guy in the car, and then I was like, no, dude, go online. The guy's still alive. It was right around
Oh,
like
I
you're
remember
talking
that.
about Jacob Blake. You're talking about Jacob
Jacob
Blake.
Blake,
As
yeah.
yeah, years ago.
And
Yeah.
and I was like, and I just looked at him like, for real? You're virtue signaling on something that is completely inaccurate. Completely inaccurate. And again, it's like the Kyle Rittenhouse thing. Everybody's talking about these people who shoot. One was like one pointed a gun at him, you get shot. One was a pedophile, don't give a fuck. And the other one was through the bag that he got from the mental health institution that he left at Rittenhouse. I'm sorry, maybe the mental health patient, I give him a pass.
Yeah, he was a pedophile too, or pederast.
But you my point is like how can you like only listen to what you want to hear, and when I hit you with facts, you just go, well, you're just in since I want to win the lottery only so I have enough money that I can say fuck you
Yeah, it's
to
called fuck you
fucking
money.
everybody.
Well, again, it's like people that listen to this media, like my coworker, and like they ignore the fact that the Russian collusion thing was a hoax. The good people on both sides would never happen. The
They
suckers
don't
and
know.
losers thing, like all of like the
They
Russian
hear what they want to
disinformation on the
hear.
Hunter
I
Biden
just
laptop. I mean, how does
anymore.
this media have any credibility with anyone anymore? I mean, at all. And yet these pundits get on these shows and they talk like like they have some sort of like moral authority and they're complete grifters.
Anymore, like I kind of there's a couple times that people will say I don't even have an example, but things they'll say some shit and I'll be like, where did you get that information from? Some
I think
internet source, whatever media. And I'm like, well,
I think a
didn't
big
your
part
mom
of
ever
this.
tell you that you couldn't believe everything you see on the internet?
Right.
Did you further research that?
And just use your own
Because that's not
brain.
what happened. And yeah, use your brain.
Yeah.
Is
No,
that
Common
I've got Grok.
sense.
logical?
Grok is my brain now.
Does that make sense? No, it doesn't, and that's why it seems so crazy, but that doesn't even make sense.
Yeah.
I think a big part of the problem here, and I had an argument with somebody here at Patriots Cafe in downtown Fairfax on Main Street. And I was talking about how a person in my family is very dismissive. They're just, I'm worried about them because they don't have the mental faculties to survive. They just push everything off on everybody else. And so this person got a little defensive. They're like, "Oh, you're talking about millennials." I'm like, "I guess." Like there's this quality in our now. I mean, it used to be they were like 20, 21-year olds, but now they're like 30, 35-year olds owning homes, doing all, hopefully generally normal things. But there's this dismissive quality to a lot of the youth that I speak to, and they're just like, if they don't like what you're saying, they shut down and dismiss you, and it's infuriating. Have you seen it, Des? I mean, you
No,
probably see it
no,
from.
it is because it's I don't think it's just I'm a millennial,
Yeah,
okay?
it's not just age. Yeah, I mean, there's
I don't
people
think
our
so because
age
I
and
think it's
older
But
that
yeah,
do
but
just
it.
you're a different millennial, Des.
it
You're
No,
doesn't
but
not.
matter.
it's
It doesn't
across the
matter.
board. I've seen it in every age. I've
I
seen it in
think
old
I think
people.
it's it's the crazies because they don't want to hear what they don't want to hear.
Right.
And that's
And
so
so if
scary
you're
to
going to
me.
say something that's not what I want to hear, I don't want to hear it. So
Right.
shut
Right.
the fuck up.
You know what
That's how they act.
it's the
Or they'll shut you
societal
down.
the societal equivalent to in the Jason movies when they go like this, and that's supposed to protect them from the axe wielding
La
murderer.
la la
Oh, if
la
I
la
don't
la
see him,
la
he
la
can't
la.
kill me. Yeah, la 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 la. It's literally that. It's like, and I'm really fearful for when we're too old to do everything on our own anymore, because this group of people is very selfish. And I'm not, maybe it's not the useful, but I would say that if you were going to go by proportions, it is probably a lot of the millennials and is it Gen
Well,
Alpha now?
also
Gen Z, Gen Alpha.
that's how we've raised them. I mean, again, it's like the last 30 years of like, government education has been indoctrination. You can't argue against that. It's complete indoctrination. I mean,
I would defend that to a point.
math scores have done this, but like gender
Bullshit
ideology
scores have done
and
this.
bullshit scores and bullshit information is up like
You
that
know,
across the board.
It's
I'm going to
also
argue
the
that.
technology, it's the internet because everybody just puts their earbuds in and looks at their phone and they basically handpick what it is that they're going to absorb. Whereas when we were younger, you had like four channels.
And a shed in
Okay,
the woods with
unless you
porno
had
in it.
cable, even if you had cable, it was dictated to you what was going to be on television, right?
Yeah.
You spent more time outside interacting with people, doing whatever. This whole group of people never had any of that. They've had the phone, right, since 2008 and forward. And I think that's a big part of why they only know what they want to know. So when you say something that contradicts that, it's like, oh my
They,
God, they can't even handle it.
they
Like, how
short
dare
out.
you?
Yeah,
Well,
they
They
and
short
freak
out.
out.
I'll bring up Alyssa. The thing I really like about her is she is definitely like way down the line, Jen, whatever's next. But she listens to things,
Generation
says that
next.
doesn't make sense. What's that?
Right, but
No,
Zeus,
I was just laughing.
there's people that get it across all age groups, and there's people that
But
are
they're getting
doing
smaller.
this.
That group's getting smaller.
Look, I still have every Saturday. There's like there's no Kings protests all over
Ugh.
where I live, like on the street corners and stuff like that, and they're all geriatric leftists, like that used to be like hippies or something, I guess.
Yeah,
No
MS
young
now.
people, no young people. They're all old farts out there with their no king signs, and the Palestinian flags and the keffiyehs and all that stuff. I mean, it's a pathology. It's a mental illness. These people. It's a mental
Yeah,
illness,
it's
Yeah,
social.
but
What
it,
is social contagion?
yeah,
and
but
they
it's a,
hate the country. They
and
hate the
well,
country.
no, the ones in power who actually have a plan hate the country, but the dumb lemmings that basically eat the media that you keep referring to, Mike, the ones that only get their message because that's the media that they like. These are people that loved Obama, that really wanted Hillary to win, and ever since that didn't happen, Trump is the Antichrist.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
the media just keeps pounding that hammer, into that nail. And that's the only media that they watch, right? I mean, they're watching MS Now, ABC, CNN. They're absorbing nothing but negativity toward the administration.
yep.
And so when they say, "Oh, you got to protest," "Oh, let's go out and protest." "Oh, here, okay, they're handing out signs say no kings." "Okay, let's all get out there because Trump's a fascist." I mean, not that they don't know any better, but they are being led to the slaughterhouse. I
Big
mean,
time.
and I don't. They have to be blinded by the media and by the politicians on the left, and those people in power. They know they're the ones who actually hate the country.
Yeah.
They
Well,
No,
again,
do.
it's
I
like
get
that.
you.
It's like that subtle like brainwashing. No kings.
It's
Yeah, we
brainwashing.
don't want to be ruled by kings. Yeah, that is a true statement. But what are
Yeah,
you doing? Like right now, can you tell me what you're processing? No
right.
kings. Okay, well, what does that mean?
But they don't want to
Trump
talk
What does
Trump's a
about
that
it.
mean?
fascist. Trump's a
Because Trump's a
fascist.
king because he just orders shit. Okay, like what? All the military protection, whatever the fuck all the deploying the Coast Guard. We don't need to be militarized. Do you know why he's doing that?
He committed war
No,
crimes.
doesn't matter. Doesn't
Yeah,
matter. Doesn't do it. Okay, that's because okay, maybe do some more research, figure out what the fuck is actually happening, and then decide if you really want to protest that.
there's
But you
people
don't
out
because you're
there
just
that
going on the no kings, no kings, no kings.
there's people out there that many, hundreds of thousands of people out there that actually believe that we're deporting American citizens.
I know.
I'm just saying that they actually will say that. They believe that we're just rounding up anyone that's like brown or
Come
black
here, all you brown
Mm.
people
and
over there.
sending
Go.
sending them out of the like just
I live
out
here. I was born here. I don't give a
complete
fuck. Go.
non-reality. And then they're like, "Oh, due process." I'm like, these are people that already have removal orders against them, many of them.
Due
And the other,
process is awarded to an American citizen.
right. But
You know,
they don't have any respect for citizenship at all because
Well,
they're
they weren't a criminal.
globalists.
You're a criminal because you're here,
well,
not
also,
legally.
also
That's
when
a criminal act.
and I don't think that goes far enough. Maybe I'm completely like shot at this point, but there is a process to denaturalize somebody and get
Yeah,
them out too.
there
I
is.
think I think there's a
What does that
lot of
mean?
people that should be happening to a lot of people, and I don't know
What does
what is it?
denaturalize mean?
It basically means that let's say somebody comes here, let's say it's somebody from Somalia, right? And they apply to be a citizen, Ilhan Omar, and when they're going through the process, they completely defraud the application. Okay, so they lie about not only their intentions of how they feel about America and how they want to embrace citizenship and they love our country, but they basically commit fraud like
Yes.
marrying your
Okay.
brother. Like marrying your brother, okay,
Yeah.
Okay.
and
Well, all
lying
that
about
makes
it.
sense too.
Okay, so why not take her out of Congress, denaturalize whatever citizenship she was able to get, and send her back?
Yeah, exactly. I don't understand why that's controversial. I really
I don't
don't.
either. And I don't know why we're not doing it.
It's like we're here. America should be for America. Like we're not here to take care of the rest of the planet. Like that's just we can't.
And
And
the other thing too is
But
like,
what
if
about
you
when what about when the Somalis come here and then they basically steal, like you said, $100 million
yeah,
or 240
billions of dollars.
billions of dollars under the guise of
Billions.
feeding children and helping autistic kids?
Right. And that's our money.
That's
That's
our
our
money.
money.
You
So
know, and
so
can you
you as a
imagine
non-citizen of this country
And we're
stole
supposed to be
money, lied, and did
it,
some more fuck shit.
but
Yes.
that's why when
Okay,
people are
then
like,
you can
oh,
leave.
when people
you
are like,
have to
oh,
You
you're
are
go?
no longer
racist.
welcome.
When people are like, oh, you're racist for having that opinion, I'm just like, I don't get like, what are you talking about? You're the one that's stealing the money. Like, why are you're coming after me? Like, I'm calling you out for being a thief, and then you're trying to call me a name? Like, what the
I
hell is
don't care if
that?
you're from France, from England, from
I don't
fucking
either.
Holland, or
I don't either.
the Netherlands, let's just say. Or any of them, one of them other white countries. It's still the same thing. Don't come over here and do some
Yeah.
fuck shit and expect to stay and get like your ass powdered for it.
And these people that are like, oh, it's just because brown. I'm like, that dog doesn't bark anymore, man. Like,
Right. And
that's
plus,
like 10 years ago. I don't give a shit
yeah.
about that.
And think about it. Like we know better. If the Biden administration plan was clearly to bring in millions of people unvetted and then take taxpayer money and give it to those people.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
was the plan.
And we're supposed
And so how does anybody sit for that? How does anybody say, "Oh, I voted for Biden again"? How did
I
they do that?
I don't
You
who
know.
would say that?
I don't know.
You
It's
know,
amazing to me. It's amazing
the
to me.
biggest disappointment in all this is that guy was so good in Captain Phillips, and he's just dropped to this now.
Jesus. Yeah.
Hot Carl, what do they call the argument in law? I believe I might be getting this wrong. The straw man argument where
Yeah.
you just throw in something that has nothing to do with the point, but to try to like break down the argument. For example, the racism card.
Right.
You committed crimes. Oh, you're saying that because you're racist. The color of their skin doesn't matter. Doesn't
That's
matter.
right.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with this equation.
It's
They're criminals.
well, like I said,
Done.
I didn't mean this really we were just really like went pew on this episode, but
Okay, well, actually, let's back up though, because I
yeah.
do have something to say. So,
Yeah.
they're like increasing the military presence around Venezuela. Their airspace, they've sent those aircraft carriers out there.
Yep.
Like we kind of like closing in on them. But then, I was listening to something that had said like that this might have a little bit more to do with some other stuff other than drugs, like drugs and also, because apparently Trump's last term, that guy that's the president of Venezuela, like
Maduro.
Maduro,
he
yeah.
got voted out of power, but he fucking refused to leave.
Yeah, exactly.
And
And
so,
then
yeah,
and also he cut a deal to get some people out of detention in the United States and offered like saying, "Oh, we'll have free and fair elections." They don't have free, he's not someone else won the presidency. Like he's not even a legitimate president. I mean, almost no one even argues this point. He basically stole the last election. it
And there are
doesn't.
other countries that are like on this, like they're also like, yeah, dude, we agree with America. Like, y'all, you fucking aren't the president.
Yeah, I just don't understand this
The other
tiptoeing
thing too
around
is
stuff.
like a lot of the Caribbean islands or Caribbean nations have also declared I already forgot the name of the gang
Trade.
Trinidad and Tobago
Yeah,
Yeah.
as a terrorist group also. So it's not just us.
right. But then we have like my senator that goes down and meets with Kilmar like he's a Maryland man, right? And cries with him and has some martinis with him over lunch or whatever. It's like, what the hell's going on? Like, why isn't Chris Van Hollen, senator from Maryland, being completely laughed off the public stage? I mean, this guy is a total disgrace to our country. I mean, he's totally a horrible person, and he's a senator. It's just like, what the hell is going on, man? And there's
You
people
know,
that are like, oh yeah, Kilmar, he's a Maryland man. Like I'm like, what are you guys talking about? He's not even a citizen of our country. He was a human trafficker, not once, not twice, hundreds of counts of it. And he beat his wife.
Yeah.
That's coming from her. Not it's not like I have
So
to make
domestic
it up.
violence charges.
3 different times that we know of. And yet you still have these people who are the MSNBC, MSN Now people
MS4.
MS-13.
who
That
were
one.
still like,
Yeah.
oh, he's just a dad, he's a Maryland man. I'm like, that's the
Yeah, who's
part I'm done
breaking the
with.
law?
That's the part I'm done with. Like I'm done trying to have conversations or explain things to
Now,
those people because
I
they're
want to
lost,
throw
man. They're lost.
a question out. Because we were kind of talking about it earlier, and like everything feels so much more real now. Like there was a war on drugs when we were watching Sonny Crockett and Tubbs,
Tubbs,
uh,
Tubbs,
fighting a
Tubbs and
drug
Crockett.
war, and it was glamorous in speedboats and fucking
Ferraris.
hot chicks and fucking bikinis, and now like it just feels more real. And the only thing I concern myself with this, and it's not that much, is the perspective that we've got. Is it because there is actually maybe a little more, for lack of a better term, and remember that I said for lack of a better term, more transparency as to things that are going on? Maybe not the story that we're given, but things that are happening, and then the story gets all fucked up. But I do sometimes get concerned with that aspect. Like when we were watching it then, it was cool. It was like fighting them
Well,
on the streets,
I
and
mean,
and now and now it's like shooting people in boats on the coast of other countries. And I just sometimes, and I'm just trying to be pragmatic. Sometimes I feel like some of our feelings on this could also be our perspective and what we grew up with then and what we're seeing now.
I
Is
don't
there
know.
Perspective
any?
is this. In the 80s, 70s. When was
Yeah.
the first
Yeah,
war on
'70s
you were
and
drugs?
'80s.
born.
70s.
80s,
I was I was not using drugs at this time of my life
right?
because I wasn't old enough.
Yeah.
Anyway, so those drugs, the difference is um there might have been there was obviously, families ruined, m- poverty happening, um a lot of people just ruining their lives,
Yeah, yeah.
drain on the economy from, healthcare costs. I mean, that was all that. Okay, but it wasn't like people are dropping like flies, dude. Like it
Yeah.
ain't, this is
No, I get
different.
that. I get that. But you at least you see what I'm trying to throw out there. I'm not saying that we're wrong on any level. I'm just saying that maybe we've matured and now it feels more real to us because it feels more real to us,
No,
you know?
I think we took it, we didn't need that war on drugs the first time.
Well,
No,
that
I think
now
that
we
was
was a
need
little
it.
much.
And that
yeah.
Yeah.
and that brings me back to I saw Trump in a thing, and Mike, I don't know if he disagreed with me, but we were exchanging words about it. And Trump's like, we're gonna shoot them. we're gonna kill them. But that was his answer. And normally I don't think he's often very eloquent. He usually just spews out whatever he's thinking. But the reporter was like, "Are you declaring war on Venezuela?" And I'm like, "Well, I don't think that that would be a good move to do. Just declare a war on the cartel."
Technicolor? Yeah.
Yeah, I think if he publicly said, "I'm not declaring a war on Venezuela. I'm going to declare war on the cartel," that would be huge for his legacy because that's what we really need to do.
Right, but also
Venezuela,
the part about what's his name? What's the guy's name? That's
Maduro.
the Maduro, the fake
Maduro.
president?
Yeah.
Maduro, fake president. His first name is Nicholas or Nick or something. Fake President Nick. That's what we'll call him.
Saint
Um,
Nick.
fake President Nick. I think that there is a part of that piece of it that if Trump does declare war, like that's a lot of that part of it, and also the cartels and the drugs with it. But if get out of leave,
I
get out of
don't
the
see.
office, or we're gonna shoot you. Like,
Not that he has a great image in the public view, at least half of the public view. I don't think it would be a good image for him to declare war on a country that we could
Yeah.
decimate.
annihilate. Yeah,
A
well, I know.
president can't
I
declare
think,
war.
and I think it would send much more of a message if he does say, "I'm not declaring war on Venezuela. I'm declaring war on the cartel. Whoever falls with that, that's a whole different story." I think that is a much wiser
Well,
way to do
that
it.
is kind of what he's saying. I mean, he's
I know,
talking
I
about
know.
the Maduro
That's what I'm saying.
regime.
As
Yeah.
long as he keeps that going down that road, I gained a lot of respect for him in that little meeting when he just fucking blew over their stupid question of "Are you going to war with another country?" and said, "We're going to kill the drug
Yeah, but
dealers."
here's the
Basically,
thing. This is not a war that America is trying to find, right? It's coming to us. It's like, hey, I got an idea. Stop sending criminals and drugs into our country. That's what I want to stop. I don't,
I
this
thought
isn't
he was
about
very
invading Venezuela. I mean, that's not what it's about. It's like,
right.
stop being assholes and
And get out of
stop.
the office.
Yeah, it's like, and I don't even care about
I
that.
think if
Like,
we
it's
were
not our
to
country, but like, don't send boats here. Don't send criminals here. Don't support
And I
organizations
think it
that
kind of it's like
bring harm to
50-50.
us.
Like, who's not to say that the cartel and the fake President Nick aren't in bed
They're one
together?
and the same. They are.
Yeah, they
And
are.
oh no,
yeah,
absolutely, and
Because
that's why I
Venezuela's
said
economy is dog shit.
it's a narco state, man, and
So
has
how
been.
else do you think they're getting money? Fentanyl sales.
well, and that's why I was saying that as long as he says we're declaring a war on terror or drugs, then whoever falls with that, that's fine. I think if we were to invade Venezuela, it would be the equivalent of, say, England with was it the Falklands?
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, it was
We would not,
Argentina.
Yeah, it was the Falkland Islands.
The Falkland
yeah,
Islands were the
we would
bone of
not,
contention.
we would not win a media war with invading Venezuela. As long as he stays the course,
No one's
I
invading
very
Venice. Yeah,
pleased. But who knows what'll happen, man? You don't know anything these
I,
days.
I'm just saying. I mean, again, it's like we're not the ones that are starting this. That's what I'm tired
No.
of. It's like other people get to do whatever they want, and then everything that we do gets critiqued and looked at under a magnifying glass. That's what I'm done with. I'm like,
And
how
then
about
we have to deal with
we're all human beings. We're all equal. We're all human beings, on this planet. We all come from the same place. It's like there's nothing saying that United States has to put up with all this BS that we have to put up with. And like our own media and the people in our country, like Democrats who in power, who hate our way of life and hate our culture, put us under the microscope and let everyone else skate. And I'm just like, I'm done with that. Like, I just don't have that. I don't care about the people that get killed in a boat coming
I
here
don't
with
either. And
full of
I think
drugs.
it's
I
because
just
they're
don't
like,
care. I don't give a shit
oh,
about
it's
them.
not humane. It's probably,
I don't
the
care.
war is not just like Gaza.
You know what
Yeah,
else isn't
listen,
humane?
it's inhumane, but you know what? It's war.
It's also
So
not humane having like my
it's also
second
not me.
cousin
So I don't
die
care.
from fentanyl. That's not
yeah,
humane
in their
either.
baby aspirin.
Right. So whatever, man. I mean,
Yeah, it's not I'm sure
cry
it's
me a
not fun for
river.
Zeus to get to go to work and not be able to communicate with half his patients because none of them hardly speak English anymore.
Right.
And so how can you help their mental health condition in that
Oh, you know
with a
what?
language barrier?
Here's
Yeah,
a here.
okay.
Okay, so
The
this
drugs
is
are
a
fucking them up
lot.
further.
Yeah.
In my
This
case,
is
I don't want to, I'm sick of seeing fentanyl overdose, fentanyl overdose, fentanyl overdose on the fucking ER board. I'm sick of getting them. I'm sick of having them in it. Like I'm sick of running Narcan drips.
Yeah. Yeah.
here's my thing.
Yeah.
So I'm glad
Damn.
you brought up like what I do. You guys know that I
We
am a
never talk.
psychiatric nurse,
Yeah,
right?
we never talk about this.
Yeah, I'm a nurse of psychiatry. Um, it's fine. I'm glad that Des mentioned that because we get patients on the unit sometime, and I'll try and make it as abbreviated as possible. But you have psychosis, but you also have like schizophrenia, bipolar, like they're manic and they just start seeing and hearing things. But one that I don't think we really address very much on our unit, or just in actually, I shouldn't say our unit. I think this is across medicine, is drug-induced psychosis. And in my experience, drug-induced psychosis presents differently than regular schizophrenic
Hmm.
psychosis. So, for instance, if we have a patient that's been in a few times, chances are it's not drug-induced psychosis. But if we have the patient that comes in and young couple, she's even when she's not completely psychotic, she's talking about going out to the clubs with her husband, and there she has no psych history, decent job, college educated, all that. And her psychosis is different. She, like this one patient, she'll talk about things that are more intelligent than the psychosis of other people. Uh, and I'm not saying that the other people are unintelligent. I'm saying that they have mental health issues that were not caused by drugs. So there's like this connection between the real world that they express in their psychosis. I'm talking about the drug induced ones, that is different from the people that have been dealing with psychosis for
Because
10
that
years.
person, the drug induced ones, has had a normal life previous,
Right.
and so
And
they're
maybe
only in psychosis because their brain has broken because of
bingo.
fucking drugs.
And my thinking is that they're more closely connected to their non-psychotic brain than these other people that have been dealing with it for so long, and it's affected how they've learned, how they've lived, all that other stuff. And I see a lot more patients that come in, and I'm like looking at the people around me, and I'm like, how do you not think that this is drug related? They have no psych history. They're college educated. All these things that don't. I'm not saying that it doesn't happen, but how do you not? Why are we not looking for like K2, fentanyl, all these other things? You
Because
know
it's
what a
harder to
drug
look
screen
for.
is. Drug screens for like mental health patients, and I think probably for your patients too. It's like barbiturates, cocaine,
Yeah, because you have to
marijuana,
do a comprehensive drug screening, and most
but it's
people
not
A don't know,
comprehensive
B.
anymore. It's not
I
comprehensive anymore.
know
They're
you
not,
have to order a comprehensive drug screening. It's a different screen, and they
and
don't do
they
it.
don't do it. And I think, putting on my skeptical hat, I think they're fine with that. We
I don't
get to
think
keep
they
the
are.
patients. We get
I
to
think it's
collect,
a knowledge deficit, but that's just me.
perhaps, well, or we're collecting insurance money, so why force the issue? That's my pessimistic view. But
But
anyway,
are ya the way Medicare is getting reimbursed with all these fucking length of stays? I don't. That's a different conversation.
Yeah.
perhaps.
Well,
Anyways,
But
back to the boats.
yeah.
yeah,
Well, like I said, I'm pretty much said what I mean, I'm happy to stay on or not, but
So yeah,
I don't
so
need to. I mean, we don't
like
need
the
to
11 people
belabor
that
it.
died in this boat, again, yeah, I don't care because how much fentanyl did they have on that boat? Do we
Yeah.
know?
Do they care about me?
Yeah. How many people
Do
are they
they
going to
care about
kill?
my family? Do they
How
care
many
about what?
people are those drugs going to kill? More than
Yeah,
11.
that's what I'm saying.
How many
They're,
families is that going to destroy?
yeah,
How much drain on the economy is that going to put on because now somebody's in the hospital because they have an OD. They are intubated for 7 days. They
Oh,
don't speak
forget that.
English, so
Forget that.
fuck. It's
100%.
the ones that get hooked on the fentanyl? Those are the ones that are real drains. Those are
yeah,
the
that's what I'm
ones
saying.
that
Lives get
cause,
ruined.
yeah,
But
like the ones that die are actually, oh, thank God we don't have to spend all that money. I'm being very facetious with that, but the point is the ones that get hooked on it, they can go for years, decades, hooked on the opiate. Fentanyl is, man,
Yeah, it ruins
look
lives.
look at what's
More
going
than
on.
11. More than 11, so
But
I'm
look,
saying.
right,
if you
right.
want to look at our potential future, look at what's going on in England. Look at what's
Yeah.
going on in France, right? I mean,
Look
What's
what's
going on
this
going
in
is
on in
this
France?
is
Michael's underpants.
yeah,
What's
this
going
is
on in France?
this
France
same
is
thing that's
nice.
going on in England. I mean, there's like no-go zones. I mean, there's people that, Europe decided, Merkel from Germany decided it would be a fantastic idea 10 years ago to let in millions of people from, war-torn parts of the world that had no interest in assimilating in the European culture at all. It's madness. It's total madness. I mean,
Well,
you've
back
got
to our
It's cultural suicide.
it's cultural
yeah,
suicide,
back to our
100%.
I mean, just
guts
look at
over.
Israel and Gaza in Palestine, or whatever. They're not interested in ever in assimilating into any of that
At
shit.
all.
And
No.
what's going on now? War.
Yeah. Yeah. And
Yeah,
so, I
but
mean,
Remember
now
our
it's like
interview
the
with our Irish friend Mike? He was like, man, I mean, that was a real look at what's going on over there. Maybe it's not England,
yeah,
but
no, Ireland as well.
yeah,
The whole,
it's
all of it. And if you bring it up, then it's like the people try to like, I'm like,
yeah, you're
yeah,
a
that
racist.
doesn't, I just don't care about any of that
I,
anymore.
Do
I
you
think
Like,
you
guys
said it in the past, Mike, but we're like the last bastion of like good. I don't want to say goodness because we got some fucked up shit here too, but we're like the last. If we don't hold up,
yeah, no, you're right.
shit's
We're
gonna go
the,
fucking wrong.
no, America is it, dude. Like, where do you go? Like, okay, Zeus is like tired of like everything goes to shit. Where do you go?
Costa Rica.
Australia?
Australia's freaking a disaster,
I
man.
mean, but who wants to go there? You to get your ass kicked by a wallaby, and then there's spiders that are bigger than your house. Like, I
But
don't know about that.
politically, they're very, very left. Very
Yeah,
left. I
no,
mean, they
remember during
confiscated everyone's guns.
no, they did that, and then during COVID, they had like camps set up, and
Yeah,
they locked you in a camp if if you
yeah.
try to like leave
Do
or
you
leave your
know?
house at a different time of day or whatever.
Do you
I
know
don't know,
the
just
story
yeah, I
behind
know, but
them?
if America goes to shit, we're gonna know Canada,
Yeah.
The point is, there is no place to go. That's the
No,
You
point.
know,
no.
Mike, just as an interesting little, so you
Dominican
know why
Republic.
they took away the
They're
guns
pretty
in
nice.
Australia, right?
Yeah. I'm sorry?
Because they took away the guns
There
in
was a mass
Australia,
shooting. There was a mass shooting.
yeah, based on one mass shooting. Port Arthur,
Well,
I
their
think it was.
constitution also doesn't say that you have the right to bear arms.
Correct.
So there's a difference there, I think.
Right. They didn't have that protection.
Yeah, but they like fucking they went hard in the paint on the guns there
Well,
after
I
the
mean, yeah, but it's not in their constitution, and they gave them a little bit. They fucked it up, so you fuck around and
yeah.
find out with
Fair
that, I
enough, fair
guess.
enough.
Uh,
I don't know. That's maybe how they think, but not
well,
looking to get my ass kicked by a wallaby.
I don't I don't know if
Or
Hot Carl has anything else, but I'm kind of spent.
Yeah, no, I
I'm
think we
sorry.
covered all the stories pretty much, Mike. So good job. I mean, we got, we did talk about everything. Yeah, no, if I have anything to say, it's pretty much just I'm ready for a king, damn it. I
okay,
really I
that's
want
on
to
you.
no, because I want to see people that attempt to get drugs in this country. I want to see more boats blown up. I'm okay with that. I want to see cartel headquarters blown up, and I want to see mass deportations, the likes of which we
Yeah,
haven't seen yet.
100%
Yeah,
consequences.
that's what I want. And I know I'm kidding when I say a king, but I do want to
Yeah,
see some. I want to see some balls.
yeah. No, I'm with you
Um,
100%.
I
100%.
agree with the sentiment. I don't agree with everything you said
Are
there.
you talking about the deportation?
Yeah,
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 I
I
got a
want to
que
see
Can I
more.
have a question? I have a question.
yeah.
What? Why? What of what? For just
because
Because
we have public schools in our country that are
No,
meant
no,
to
no, no.
have
Here,
so
no.
many
no,
I
I
can
people
just
tell
per
you why
class.
I don't.
Why
I
do you
can
know?
tell
Oh,
you why I
why
don't.
Zeus doesn't?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Why
don't
I
want to.
not
So
for it is I live in a very diverse area and I mingle with a very diverse group of people and a lot of the people I work with, and Desiree will back me up on this. There diversity in nursing is definitely there. And they're all good people. And when I hear the term
are they
mass,
illegal?
Okay,
well,
but
hold
Yeah,
on,
Are
hold
they
Zeus.
on.
No one's talking
illegal?
about diverse
Yeah, I
American
don't care about.
Well,
citizens.
no,
Yeah, we're
but
talking
Yeah,
about
they're
Know
not
where I
people
live?
here
citizens.
illegally.
hold on. The
And if they're here
thing I don't
illegally,
agree with is the term mass deportation.
yeah,
I
Well, there's
think
a
mass.
massive amount of
Yeah,
illegal
40
immigrants here,
million
so
plus people
massively
came
get rid
in
of them.
in the last
okay,
Bye.
4 years.
I feel like we have to maintain some integrity to who we are.
Yeah, that
They're
is.
not supposed
Sure.
to be here,
They're not
Zeus.
supposed to be here. If 10 people broke in your house, would you be like, I only want
Yeah,
to have
but
2 people
here's the
leave?
Well,
Other 8 people can stay here. They can sleep in
even
my bed tonight.
even people that have a visa or that have whatever, we're not talking about those people. They have their visas. If they haven't done anything wrong,
yeah,
then
but they
yes,
are
it
the
would probably be
family
wrong to
members of
deport
some of the
them.
people that may have been.
But there's good people here that
I'm
are
just
getting
being a bleeding
fucked
heart.
by
You know
this.
Family
me.
There's
family
good
members
You
of
guys
what?
know me. I'm a
Hold on,
bleeding
wait a
heart
second.
liberal.
guys.
Hold on.
There's
No. What do you mean family members of what?
Well, I'm saying that when you do something like this, it doesn't just affect the person that you're sending out of the
we're
country.
not the ones that
Like,
started this, dude.
I know. Listen, I'm
And
not like
there's good people here that are getting
I'm just
fucked all the
there's good
time.
people on both sides,
No,
Mike. There's
there
good
are
people
good
on both
people
sides.
that were born here that are U.S. citizens that are getting fucked over by this
I
system.
understand.
And
I
that's who
understand.
I care
Listen,
about. I don't give a shit about the people who broke in here. I don't give a shit
Are you talking,
about them.
Zeus, are you talking about maybe like the grandma who came illegally, but now she has, so many generations? Is that what you're talking
I
about?
just like I
No
said,
one's coming after grandma.
no.
Yeah,
But
no
here's what
one's
I'm
doing
saying.
that.
Here's what I'm saying. My main problem was with Hot Carl and his use of the term mass. I'm just
Yeah,
joking.
mass.
No.
Double
Yeah, well, there's
mass.
mass numbers of
There's mass incoming.
What I'm saying is certain
receipt
things,
of
hold
immigrants.
on, hold on. Certain things in society we can paint with broad strokes. Shoot drug dealers driving into the country. Vet people that are coming into the country from our southern border. I get that. But some things we have to be more specific and carefully specific because I don't want to hear about, Jasmine, the cleaning lady in our building. She had a
Is she
family member that got
illegal?
deported. They did nothing wrong. And
They
I'm
came in
trusting Jasmine.
illegally, dude. They came in illegal. That is
And that's the
wrong.
that's the crime.
Look,
That's
well,
the crime.
here's a question.
I know, but
Listen, for our viewer out there, would you just go and decide like I'm just gonna like walk into Mexico tomorrow and like I'm gonna cross during the night and I'm just gonna go into Mexico and I'm gonna like sign up for
I
their
just don't
welfare? I
listen.
mean,
All I'm saying is
no, you
I
wouldn't
don't
because you
like
have integrity. But these people decide that they're going to do that. They think that's okay and they need to
Here's
go.
my thing, Mike, I agree with you guys. All I'm saying is I don't like broad strokes with some of these
I
things.
okay.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just see what you're saying, Zeus, but I think that when yes, everyone that is here illegally should,
Bas
overall, like you
Or
shouldn't
at
have people
least
be
they
here
should
illegally.
have an outlet if they are
You
here and
broke the
they're
law.
illegal, but they're being good citizens and working and all
They're
that.
not citizens. They don't
None of
have
these people we're talking
social
about are
security
citizens.
numbers.
Well,
They're
wait, look,
stealing people's social
You
security
understand what I'm
numbers.
saying?
but
Don't
Zeus, I
I don't
Visas. They
totally,
care
have
if
a
they're good
visa.
people.
Visa.
yeah, look, I get where you're coming from, Zeus, but like Mike or Desiree, I think it was Mike made the point. Look at England, look at Germany, look at eastern
Exactly.
parts of Europe, okay? And I
Ireland,
don't mean Poland and
France.
Hungary because they got it right. I'm
Fuck
talking
Poland.
about like Switzerland, Sweden, like I mean, like it's unbelievable. The cultures, the populations have changed in those countries completely. The governors, I mean, the people that run England have completely changed.
And
I mean,
it's
like
yeah.
I
if
don't
you want
disagree with I
if
don't
you want
disagree with
America to
any
still be America at some point, and because we are the last place, there's nowhere else to go. Canada's already gone, so there, you know what I mean. Like that's over. If we don't do something in
See,
like
Diego
in 50
Garcia.
years, there's not you're not going to recognize this
Look,
country.
yeah. I mean,
No, I
it's
agree.
either you're
Listen,
either pro Enlightenment or you're not. And most of the people coming in don't even have any idea about the Enlightenment. They're not about Western
I
civilization. They're not about God-given rights. They're not
and I think
about
I think I've
jurisprudence
always
or anything like
expressed
that.
this.
They're about law of the jungle, right? And that's crap. That's why we don't want them here. We don't
And
want
not
them
only
stealing billions of dollars
right.
from COVID funds that are meant to go to starving kids.
Yeah, and I
And that's
also
what's
I don't
happening.
want my tax money going at all.
Yeah,
Not
I don't
to,
know
you
why
know what I
this is even
mean?
And so, yes,
controversial.
Zeus, I get what you're saying. Grandma is not, I mean, if that happens, I mean, she's been here for 30 years legally. Yeah, she's
Or
been here legal.
separating
Guess what?
kids from their parents, like that stuff. I just, but
Send the
you're
kids with them. How are they separate? Like, you got to send them with
no.
them.
Again, all I said is I think with some things we have to be as specific as we can to
Uh,
certain situations.
well,
I don't think
And I
Listen,
think that
I
okay,
just
actually
hold on.
disagree
argues.
with
Well,
that.
hold on. I think that actually argues what Jack's saying because I think that we do things a little better than the rest of the world, and I think that this is something that we can do that can teach the rest of the world that you can take a little extra time to make sure that people who are good and kind don't have to go back. I'm
We're
not saying that that's most of them. I'm saying we sell ourselves short if we don't help the
And
people that
when we
were here.
lose the country and our culture's gone, we can feel good that we were okay, that we
If
treated the grandma okay.
if
Okay.
grandma gets picked up and grandma goes to her eyes thing and she's like, "Look, I've been here for 30 years. I
We'll
came in
tell our
illegal.
kids
Yes, I
like,
did.
"Hey, listen,
Hey,
we were nice to the people. I'm sorry you lost the country, but
I've
we
been
were
here.
nice to these
I've been a
people.
house cleaner for
Sorry you don't have a
these 30
country
years.
anymore.
I've worked my ass off. I
Well,
came in illegally.
And
at
sorry
Yes."
bare
you have no
minimum, if there was a
future,
way
but we were
that
nice to
And
these
then the
people,
ICE officer
so
will be
it's
like, "You
all
know what,
okay."
grandma? You overstayed your first green card, but
or well,
you
perhaps
can
a way
here's
where if we do
here.
send them
Get a
away
visa.
and we're
Here you go.
questionable on it,
Still
that
not a
we give
citizen."
them an access to come back if they can prove that they are
If they
not.
come in the right way, we already have that set up. It's totally
Yeah.
fine. It is
Yeah,
not our job
this mass deportation is
to
a
bring
sweep of the
everyone in
new
the
ones
world
in.
here. It's not our job to bring everyone in the planet. It
I'm not
it's
saying that. I'm
suicide.
saying
It's suicide.
And separating the kids. If the kid's not 18, the kid needs to go with the parent. I mean, it
People get
doesn't
separated
matter
from
if
their
the
kids all the
kid
time.
yeah,
is a
but haven't
citizen
we
or
talked
not.
about how many
Go with your
thousands of
parents.
children have been separated from their parents and end up in like
No.
But
They
also,
came
why are
in
we doing
without their
that?
parents.
No, those they were trafficked, and
They were
we're actually
trafficked.
and this administration's making a lot of effort to find them, and I think they've already like found like a couple of 100,000.
Yeah.
all
And
right,
you
Mom
know
and
well,
where they're
dad,
finding them? They're finding them being used for slave labor. And then they're finding them in sex rings. I mean, it's unbelievable what
How
Biden let
about
happen.
how about the
if we
70,000 CDL drivers that California has put on the roads that are like don't even know how to speak English, don't know how to drive a big rig, that
They
are
can't read the
killing people
signs.
all over the place, and
They
they're
can't,
driving all over the country. They're not just
and they
staying in
can't.
California.
And Mike, they can't read the road
They
signs.
can't read the road signs. The guy that
and
did the
see, listen,
U-turn,
guys,
the guy that did the U-turn
that
on the
that is what I'm
interstate
talking about.
killed 3 people
That what you just
instantaneously.
said is exactly what I'm talking about. So they should all be fucking gone.
They all should be gone.
Yeah,
That is a broad strokes moment. It's the more private citizens that get caught up in something that was stupid that they never should have. And yes, granted
let's
they are illegal, but they're
no,
trying.
look. I feel bad for people that were encouraged by an administration to come here and get free shit. I do feel
Absolutely.
bad because I would have done the same thing. Of
I
course,
would
I
have
would
too.
have.
I've said that before on the show. I
Yeah,
understand the reasoning for it. That doesn't mean I have to play ball. That doesn't
that's
mean I
Yeah,
right.
have to
listen,
support it.
if you come to if you came to this country within the last 5 years, sorry, but you know what? You got to go. If you've
I
been here for
agree.
15, 30, let's talk about it. You still did something wrong, but so if I'm speeding, okay, if I'm speeding is breaking the law. Okay, it's breaking the law. There's 100 excuses I could come up with why it's a stupid law sometimes, why I'm putting myself in danger and if I'm only putting myself in danger, fucking why does it matter if that's the case? You know, there's 100 reasons you can argue why if I'm speeding, I shouldn't be in trouble. No, I'm not affecting anyone else.
Okay, well,
But
again,
I'm still getting the ticket.
But the
I'm
thing
going to
is,
make it clear. I don't completely disagree with you guys. I feel like broad strokes are dangerous,
I'm just
and
saying we're
I'm never
parsing
going to
it.
change my mind on
But
that.
I'm not trying to, but I'm saying we're parsing it and we're trying to like, but they don't, and the media doesn't. They took Kilmar Obrega Garcia, a guy who is human trafficker, who beat his wife, who came in illegally, all this stuff, right?
Gang member.
Gang member, and I've
He
got
should be gone.
my state senator is like bleeding heart is telling me that I'm a racist for wanting him gone, that I'm this horrible,
That's stupid.
that I'm the problem, right? So my point is on one side you have people who are trying to be reasonable and they're like talking about it, and we're having this discussion, and you're saying I don't want to pay. On their side, it's all or like they don't anyone getting deported is a horrible racist crime to them.
Oh no, I
Yeah.
Anyone,
completely
one
disagree with
person is
that.
too many. So you can't have a conversation when people have that mentality.
I
So
don't
it's got to
think
just be everybody
I don't
gone.
think that
And
we're
it's
very far off from our ideals with this. I just words are powerful and like and Jack, I was just but I mean, Hot Carl, I was just busting your balls about the mask thing about you being like, awful for saying it. But I don't like the lazy and I'm not calling you lazy either,
No, I got you.
but I don't like the lazy sentiment of using terms like mass deportation
But what's
because
wrong
that
with that? What
Yeah,
is wrong
I
with
don't get
that?
it either.
What? So who is getting deported that shouldn't be? Is someone who's
we
getting
just
deported
went
that
over
shouldn't be
like
deported?
several situations where
right,
people
but then
were being
but then it also falls under the
So
category of okay, if everyone's playing soccer in the yard and two fuckheads are keep hitting like car windows with rocks.
exactly,
Okay, well,
exactly.
if since
No
but I
one
don't
can
know
play
who's doing it,
soccer.
and no one can play soccer. Everyone get inside.
A
Everyone
hundred
gets
percent.
to like it sucks.
And
that's
plus,
a
who
that's
And there's going to
do
be
you know
they?
what
some
that's actually that's a pretty damn
But
good
are
argument.
like
people having like, or do they
Um
have social security numbers? Like, where are they living? Like, what jobs do they have? Like, where are their kids going to school? I mean,
I
why do we
know.
have to support all this?
I just know
Can
I
I just walk into Mexico and become a citizen? Can I just walk into Mexico and get a card and start working there? No,
I don't know. I don't know.
I
And get
can't. No, I
welfare.
can't. I can't. I'd get arrested.
or any other country in the
Or
world can do
any
that.
other country in the
And
world.
so it just I don't know. There's going to be some casualties. And when I
I
say
know.
casualties,
Throwing the baby out with
And
the bathwater. I
and
get
we're
it.
not the one that started it. We're not the ones
Fair
that brought
enough.
all these people in.
sorry, grandma, but
Yeah.
then I think
Like as
that
long as you guys respect what I'm saying and you don't have to you don't have to agree. And I think you know where I'm coming from. It's not coming from a bad place or
I
want to
got you.
disagree
No,
with you
but
guys.
again,
No.
it's the speeding situation. If
Yeah.
you're
I'm
flying 90 down the highway, you're getting pulled over,
but also
you might get a cop that's like, "All right, cool.
but
Listen,
also
you told me why you're speeding. Fine, go.
beginning of
I'm
the
gonna look the other way."
episode where I was like, I just don't care about this stuff anymore. Like I don't care about
I
everyone's
guess
sob
I still
story.
care a little.
I don't. I
It's
don't.
Yeah,
fine.
Because
yeah. Look, and even if you don't think it's cultural self-preservation, Zeus, just look at our deficit. Look at how much taxes are people pay out of there. I mean, and a lot of that money is going to these people. It
yeah,
just is.
Do
As
you
soon
want to
as
know?
look, if let's just say it does turn into like an ICE detainer situation, our taxes pay for their immigration lawyer because they all get an immigration lawyer,
100%.
even though
They
they're
ain't
not
cheap.
citizens, and they don't. The Constitution isn't. Why does it even
Doesn't
apply to these
afford them that.
people? But it does. Or that's the Supreme Court's fault. So now everybody gets a lawyer. You show up, you say, I got no money. And never mind the $3,000, the free plane tickets, the hotel stays. That's all paid by
Yeah,
people who are citizens who pay taxes.
us.
And
Yeah,
listen,
us. And we
you
can't
could
afford it.
Yeah.
We just can't.
I
We
don't have all
cannot
that extra
afford
money.
it. And then forget about the infrastructure issues that Mike talked about.
Hospitals,
The schools,
schools.
the
hospital.
emergency rooms, the highways. I mean, you name it. We can't just take on millions and millions of people and then pay them to be here. I
Yeah,
mean, and
it's
then
I get
absurd.
it. I get it. I get it.
It's
So yeah,
absurd.
I'm
grandma might
not.
have to be a sacrificial lamb for a little bit.
And plus, it's
But
all
again, if
Yeah,
she
I
look,
get
wants
it.
to, if
look,
she
the
if she
grandma.
wants to be here, grandma can see what's happening.
Look, and also the grandma argument again. I'm not coming.
Grandma's not at Home Depot
The
in the parking lot
grandma,
getting rounded up.
the
Also,
grandma argument is the same as the kid that shoots two people in the head and he gets arrested, and then in the newspaper they've got his graduation picture there. That's the grandma argument. It's like, oh, he's so nice. It's like, no, not really. Oh,
Or
Graham,
Jeffrey Dahmer
it's,
living next door to you. He was always quiet. He kept
it's
his lawn
it.
nice.
Oh, it's just a grandma that came here and took someone's social security number and had 7 kids that are in the same school. She's not paying for them, and they're on welfare, and they're
Well,
getting
maybe
SNAP.
she didn't steal its
Whatever. Like,
Social Security number. Maybe she's been cleaning Joe Blow's house down the street. You
how?
know,
If they're illegal. I'm talking about illegal
cash money,
people.
baby.
Okay, I'm just
Dollar
saying.
dollar bill,
I'm
yo.
just saying,
It's like
not
it's the
everyone gets
equivalent.
a Social Security number.
But I'm saying it's the equivalent of the graduation picture, the formal school portrait for the
Yeah.
guy that just shot like 6 people. And it just
Right.
you're trying to tug at heartstrings, and I'm just like,
I'm
Yeah,
not-
it's
not
like
doing
it's
it,
like
man.
it's
I don't
it's like
care.
Michael
Like I
Brown,
said-
right?
It's like Michael,
Like I
yeah,
said-
hands up, don't shoot.
Right,
Yeah.
right, bullshit.
Like Jack, I think you're hearing me. I'm not disagreeing with you guys wholeheartedly. I just
It's okay, man. We're just talking. I'm not trying to
but I
convince you.
just feel like we need to be careful with how we address it. And then let's call it.
But
Let's
again,
call it a wrap.
ICE
We're
is
just
not
kind
knocking
of-
on doors. They're not knocking on private residential doors. Knocking
Yeah, I
on
don't
I don't
want to
think
be
they
careful.
yo, you got any illegal grandmas in here? They're not doing that.
illegal grandmas?
But I saw that on YouTube. No, I'm just kidding.
All
All
right,
right, guys.
All
I
right.
think
Yeah.
we have
Yeah,
been
we've been on for a while. Do the hand thing. It's time to wrap it up. We'll see you guys next week.
Take care, everybody.